remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
I can't rave enough about this. Congratulations.
Thanks very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
You know, Connie, I want to start with you. I just rewatched the first one, obviously. Have you had a chance to explain to Russell how he is honored in this film and what he's about to witness?
I have not, but I know that Ridley has definitely told him that, we've treated him with so much love. Yes.
Take your father's strength. His name was Maximus, and I see him in you.
There's that great line that you say to Paul's character, use the strength from your father. I see him in you. And Paul, I'm curious, I know your dad, who's also an actor, by the way, and giddy over this assignment for you. What do you see of your father in you? And how often did you bring him on set?
I didn't take my dad onto set. There was too much work to be doing. But I think we're all products of our parents, both like positively and negatively and all the stuff in between. So I wouldn't be here without the support of my parents. Categorically, hand on heart, that wouldn't be the case. So I can't wait to take them to the premiere in London. I'm super excited for that.
I know so much of this is about the action sequences. You can't watch that trailer or the film without just going, wait, what? Sharks? Sharks in the Coliseum? Yeah. But I'm wondering, what's a quiet moment that you both are particularly proud of? For each of you, what is that moment?
I'm really proud of the scenes that me and Connie got to play with each other, because they were really difficult to kind of modulate and get right, because both of us want such different things from especially the first scene that we have together in the cell. And I think we both stuck to our convictions really strongly in that, even through those robust conversations and rehearsals that then really allow those characters to soften into each other in the second scene. So that would be my personal pick.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would also pick that scene. I think it's really, really a beautiful scene where you see just two completely different perspectives, coming from two opposite perspectives. A mother who has lost her son that she loved so much, but she felt she was trying to save, and a son who remembers only being abandoned. And how does these two points of view even reconcile, and all you can do is just rest in this knowledge that hopefully love will prevail.
Yeah, it always does. I know they're about to wrap me. Ridley obviously is so good at knowing what his actors need. I just watched a great interview with Joaquin Phoenix where he talked about what he needed from Ridley because he was so nervous and how he got it. For both of you, Connie, you've worked with him before, obviously. What do you actually need from Ridley when you're on a set? And Paul, what did you need from him, if anything?
To me, it's that thing that I know he's listening. I have things and ideas for this character that I know that he wants me to bring to the set. And so for me, every morning it was like getting in front of him and sitting and talking about, what about this? What if this? And don't you think it's important that we show that? And his availability is just extraordinary. He may not always agree with you. Thank God, because that means you can trust his judgment. But just that was really important to me.
One of Ridley's greatest strengths, I think, as a director is his clarity.
Yeah.
You know exactly where you sit from beat to beat.
Yeah.
And it just means, exactly as you said, there's fundamental trust. You know, if he's not speaking, it's because it's not that he doesn't like it, because he'll tell you if he doesn't like it, and he'll tell you if he likes it. So you're never in the dark with his opinion, which I'm very, very grateful for.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't know how you go from this one with the other directors. Now, Paul, you're probably going to say, hey, Ridley would have been done 2 days ago with this scene. Denzel, I'm Tara Hitchcock. I work with Harkins Theaters, the largest independently owned theater chain in the U.S. We're based here in Arizona, and I have been so fortunate to have interviewed you before. Congratulations on, come on, just another incredible performance. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Roll cameras, action!
You know, Ridley Scott is known for giving his actors what they need. And I'm curious, with where you are in your career, what do you actually require from a director personally, if anything, at this point?
I've said this a million times. If you don't trust the pilot, don't go.
Right.
I trust him completely. He gives me space.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go. It will carry you.
I want to ask about Paul. It's interesting that he's even described it all as, you know, taking a gamble with the casting of him because he is so incredible in this. And I know Macrinus says to Lucius at one point, I see something in you. What did you see in him? Whether it was before working with him or during?
He, whatever that is, he has it. A strength, a power, an innocence, you know, a rage, as I suggest to him, a desire for vengeance. That's a tough act to follow, you know, and he pulls it off.
There's that great line in the trailer and in the film where Connie looks at him and says, take the strength from your father. I see him in you. What do you see of you in your kids? Do any of them do anything that's very you, a mannerism, something? What do you see of you in them?
I don't look at it like that. You know, they look like their mother. Everybody, all my kids look like mom, so it look like Pauletta. So people say John David and I think Malcolm, or especially John David, sounds like me, but I can't hear that. I can't hear it. But you know, they're all
You're too close to it.
Yeah, they all grew up with Pauletta watching movies. They all love movies. Two of them in front of the camera now, and behind.
Have they seen this yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They loved it. Who saw it?
I mean,
John David. Three of them saw it. Yeah, they loved it. They loved it.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Macrinus, what's so great about him, he is constantly watching. He is constantly plotting. He is constantly strategizing. It's almost as if he never has a chance to quiet his mind. Is that how you are? Or are you good at quieting your mind and you're not constantly plotting the next thing? Or are you like him in that way?
Plotting the next thing. What do you mean? Like work or
just
like
in your
plot?
career or anything? Are you always thinking of the next thing? Or are you good about just, let me just relax for a minute and not think about anything?
I'm very good at let me just relax. I'll be
Okay.
70 in 2 months. I turn 70, 2 months from tomorrow. I'm practicing relaxation. That's where I'm headed. I'm about to, you know, just not yet.
Yeah.
I got about 5 years worth of films that interest me, and we'll see what happens after that.
I want to ask you about the quiet moments. Obviously, the action sequences are just insane, but sometimes when you have a film like this and the action is the focus, you overlook some of the incredible quiet moments. Is there one that, whether you were involved in it or not, really resonated with you, a quiet moment that you don't want overlooked as people go to watch this thing, ideally at a Harkins theater?
I don't know. You know, I haven't seen the film with an audience. I saw it about 5 months ago by myself. So I was just sitting there looking at the bumps on my head or, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was literally like, oh. So I never knew where the camera was, which I think was great. You know, he had 10 or 12 camera crews, and it gives you a freedom. And I think what you're responding to, as far as it relates to my character or performance, and what others have been responding to, is when he cuts to me, how he uses that. It's editorial, you know. But when you go back to watch it again, because I know you will, watch where he goes before he cuts to me. That's where the storytelling is. We're in the hands, Paul, Pedro, Connie, Fred, Joe, myself. We were in the good hands of a master, a grandmaster at his craft. So makes our job easy. It makes me look good.
Your Majesties.
This is your gladiator.
It is.
I know you've mentioned the fact that Beavis and Butthead were some of the inspirations for Ridley. Who was Beavis and who was Butthead, in your opinion?
Good question. I think I was Butthead.
But that's strange because I think I was Butthead.
Well, in which case, you can be Butthead only if I can be Beavis.
This I can.
There are victories yet still to come.
Who had the most fun out of the two of you?
Who had the most fun? It wasn't a competition, really. I think we
Yeah.
enjoying ourselves and kind of constantly pinching ourselves at this kind of strange spot we found ourselves in, looking at what we were wearing, the company that we were keeping, the environment we found ourselves in. It was very difficult to not have fun and also be a little kind of agog at the whole madness of it all. It was
Yeah.
mad.
Fred, I know you got to interact often with a monkey, and I'm curious, and I don't want to give anything away, but if I'm a moviegoer getting ready to sit down and watch this at a Harkins theater, should I pay a little more attention to Dundas than normal because he may or may not have a bigger role as the movie progresses?
Yeah. Consider the monkey is all I'll say.
Okay.
Rome has so many subjects. She must feed them.
They can eat war.
You guys are draped in robes. I feel like you could have hidden a cell phone somewhere just to snap some pictures of some of these sets. Did any one of you ever sneak a cell phone in under some of the layers that you had on just to capture what you were witnessing?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Selfie, I'm not a big selfie guy generally, but on this one, just to wrap my head around it,
Yeah.
I think sometimes like you got to document these things so that down the line you have something tangible, some kind of memory there that is takes you back there.
The odds are against you.
The odds are always against me.